right, first off, we have the new LX shocks. These are actual scale bypass shocks made for the Traxxas UDR. So they're
crazy looking.
Yeah, look at all the valving and everything in there, right? But they're functional. They're supposed to be 100% functional, and this is what they're supposed to look like mounted. There's two color options, blue with a gunmetal, and then your silver with your black. So I think they're going to be pretty popular. I kind of find it funny when you look at this. If you notice the way they've mounted this in here, they actually have it mounted in with the standard shock still in there with the coilover.
Yep.
And then they have this one in there as the extra suspension, because I don't see any way you could ever put coils or anything on the outside of this shock. Okay.
Yeah.
The valving inside shows shocks inside the body. And then everybody already knows about this, but this was released literally since our last episode of this. So this is the new Hammer time. Hammer Ray, which I like both colors. I lean more towards the green and the silver, or green and gray, whatever. I just like it because it stands out as brighter. But I think it's a sharp truck, and I think it's going to be popular. I think you're going to see a lot of them out there. And then we get into just the next guy that we had on here. Oh, yes. No from Kyosho.
Yeah.
Kyosho. Yeah.
Yeah, that cool body.
Again. This body, I think, is quite sharp. It is absolutely useless on anything other than like an on-road or a drifter. Wheelbase-wise on it, it is the longer wheelbase setup that Kyosho loves to run.
That weird
274 millimeter.
274.
So not going to fit perfectly on your drift chassis. You're going to have to make some modifications and change some stuff up if you wanted to put this on a drift truck or make a drift car out of it, drift vehicle, whatever you want to call it. I did find on Kyosho's website, I do like that diffuser on the back. I think that looks kind of cool.
It does look cool.
Spoilers look neat. I think the whole body style looks really badass. On the Kyosho's website, they were showing it.
That's the downfall.
Brushed. Hey,
that's the downfall right there. Brushed chassis.
Brushed chassis. Yeah.
Like,
whatever. I mean,
Kyosho can make some great stuff. They've done it in the past. Like, that body is so stellar, and then you put it on this chassis.
Yep. True.
Like, that thing deserves like carbon fiber and racing geometry.
But you know what? I think that this is just that's a ready set, right? It's entry level. Get you in the door, get you running something on road. What I don't understand, and I've noticed this on this new platform. Up at the front, right behind the front wheels, you notice those great big round openings?
Yeah, what are those?
I don't know. They look like they're attached. They look to me
like the steering, maybe.
Yeah, but why? Why that big thing on the top? I'd be curious to take a closer look and figure out what that's about.
It probably turns and hits the upper A arm and limits the steering. That's my best guess.
Yeah, maybe, because you can see when you look at the downward shot of it, that's the way it seems to be. Another thing I noticed with these guys lately, Kyosho used to have a battery brand they called a Peak, right?
Yeah.
You notice that every Kyosho model that's out there now, they're all running. All their pictures all have Gens Ace batteries in them now. So I think they probably dropped their line. They're also showing on the website that they don't specify whether it comes with LED lighting, but they do show imagery of them with LED lights installed. Now, I don't know if that comes on the ready set or not. And then they got the GTO, same body.
Same chassis.
Or same chassis, different body, different wheels, same wheelbase. Then they also have their new El Camino. Once again, like I said, here it is, same chassis. Right?
Yeah.
And both of these are coming with lights. Well, not coming with lights. They're showing with lights.
So which one of those three would you pick?
The Yoda.
Yeah. I was looking at these earlier. I was like, okay, there's just something about that like wide kit they put on there. It looks pretty sharp.
The picture didn't turn out very good. I'm kind of leaning more towards that kind of drifterish on-road, sleek, fast. I don't know if I was gonna do like a lowrider kind of thing or something. I wanted that hot. I guess I don't know. Depends on what vibe, what I've got already. I mean, I've already got the Challenger version of the Phaser, so this is HPI's new edition. It is a racer, not a drifter.
But on the same chassis as that drifter, I do believe.
No, it's on the E10.
The E10.
Yeah. So I don't know why HPI keeps on re-releasing these very obsolete chassis with a lot of plastic. They're heavy.
They're bricks.
They're bricks. They don't run good on racing. They're not really good for any kind of racing setup. You can't really convert them over very easily and turn them into drifters, just because they're like a tank. I don't know. It's just like I understand that's the molding they've got kicking around, but they should work on developing something new. I think.
Look at that nice battery connector.
I love that connector. I knew you were going to spot that. Why not even switch it over to Dean's or something, right? Like
anything.
You run Dean's in your other line and the rest of your line. Why do you still have this? Because all they're doing is re-releasing an old platform. It's too bad because that body and that entire thing looks sweet.
It does look sweet.
And then here we go with another company releasing just another color scheme of a truck.
Look at that bumper.
Yes. I'm going to say that. So this bumper, you guys may have noticed, came out on another vehicle that was released today. It may or may not be owned by Axial. So it seems to me like DeMello likes to license out their bumper design to everybody. So
heck yeah, why not?
Whatever. If you can, you might as well, right? It's two-piece cab again. I'm just trying to see what injection mold grill mirror, thermoformed, front runner, back tent, blah, blah, blah. Same thing as before. Independent front suspension. Again, threaded aluminum shock bodies. Again, nothing super fancy about that. The wheels are the same as the other wheels, except they are now a bronze color instead of the black. And the body's blue. Which, if I was going to buy the Night Runner, it would be this one that I would buy. I don't like the gunmetal one. I didn't like the gunmetal one that much, so that's new from Element. Yay!
So does this one have lights? It being a Night Runner. Okay.
It does have a hitch, but yeah, there's LEDs mounted in the bumper, like all of the other Enduros. You know, why would you put them up in the? Why would you put them in here?
Well, that's just the V's, right?
You look at the way the headlights are, the projection style looking light. They should have mounted in a light in there. But hey, got to keep the cost down, I guess.
Get the cost down.
Keep the cost down. Same chassis, Enduro chassis again. All the sponsored people. Now, this one I knew you were going to want to talk about.
Yes, I really like this. There's a couple cool things they did with this. Let's see if we get to the pictures here. So again, this
chassis, want me to stop it.
Okay. So this chassis here is what's been new and people have been wanting to do more was 4-wheel drive stadium truck. Right. So of course they make one and it's going to be popular. But what's going to be really popular is about the way that they done some upgrades to it. So we'll keep going here. I know you got the picture in there somewhere. La-di-da. It's got the big splash guards on it.
Yeah, I don't know how many pictures we got in here. Oh, no.
Oh,
that was
no. That's it. Okay,
That's
so we'll go back. We'll talk to the one without the body.
That one?
Yeah. So what they did here was pretty genius. It's something we were talking about the other night with the drag racing, with where the transmission sits and the axle angle.
Right.
So this thing here has them adjustable. So it has something similar to the F1. Now you raise and lower the F1.
Oh, yeah.
They put that on the front axle.
On the front?
On the front. So your transmission goes in there, and you can make it go up, or your diff. You can raise or lower your diff, changing the angle of the arm. So if you're doing like the on-road or the indoor carpet, you want the thing to be low. You don't want the axle or your dog bones to be like this, right?
Right.
So you can lift it up and have them flat. Your outdoor with a very redded up truck, you want a lot of travel, you can drop it down and then drop the suspension down, and your arms are still, or your axle's still flat.
And you're getting that extra clearance, so you're not hitting all the ruts.
Yeah, so they've done the front. The pinion gear, too, has the same thing. So if you go down low with it, you can adjust the pinion down low, so it all matches up. Wow. So they've done it in the front and the back, which is pretty cool.
I wish we were racing more of that kind of stuff around here, but someday. So this is basically Tamiya pre-painted Corsa gray Ford Mustang GT4. So this is just a pre-painted body from Tamiya. Corsa gray seems to be a very popular color with Tamiya, which is weird because it's not that nice of a gray. But for the people who don't want to paint, there you go.
Just cut it out.
Comes ready to go, and you put the decals on as you see fit. And then let's get into the next body. This is the Montec Mrx Sport. So this one is also a 1/10 scale. It is made for the front-wheel drive cars. It is not a mini body. So this is a front-wheel drive, regular 1/10 scale, full-length body.
The touring car, the front-wheel drive
touring
ones.
car, yeah. So, I mean, if you wanted to make it a touring car, you could, I suppose, like for scale spec or something of the sort, you could run it.
Yeah, like this one here, they either run them with scale spec, or for the bigger races, they run them separate. They got the front-wheel drive. Yeah. These guys go 17.5 versus 21.5, so you get a little more motor, but less grip because it's two-wheel drive.
And it wouldn't be a bad little drifter body either.
Yeah, so the wide body kit on it.
The wide body kit on it, ready to go. And then we have Bitty Design. Everybody is jumping all over this 1/7 scale felony, big size, parking lot basher kind of platforms. Now, I like this body. I think this body looks really good.
It does look pretty cool. I like this one here, the Red Bull paint job on it.
I like this one here. This is my favorite one with a spoiler on the back. Now, about the spoiler, this has a great big huge wing on the back, right?
Yeah.
But this one here has the spoiler and splitter that comes in the kit. So when you buy this body, you actually have to cut the splitter out. So don't just cut into your Lexan and start going that whole piece there. This piece right here.
Yeah.
You need to cut into this, and you need to take all these braces out and put it all together to make your front splitter and to make your rear spoiler. If you just go and hack through that, you're going to ruin, you won't have a spoiler anymore or a splitter. Right? So that, I like that body. I think it looks neat. I think it doesn't quite look as cool as the felony does, but whatever. We talked about this a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I thought so.
Probably more like a couple months ago now, when they released the Mrx Transmission.
Yes.
Now, we were asking, why would they come out with that transmission with the motor set up the way it is like that and everything? Well, they have taken that transmission and that design, and they are now turning it into an entire platform called the Mrx. And these are just teaser photos. But if you look real closely at these teaser photos, look at where the ESC is.
In the middle.
No. Yes. Okay. In the bottom picture, it's in the middle.
Yeah.
The back picture, where is it? or the top picture, it's right off the back end.
Huh.
You see that?
Interesting.
So there's a whole bunch of different variations of where you can mount things up.
For all your drifter desires.
For all your drifting desires, and your motor's right above your battery, because nothing smarter than add a whole bunch of heat right above an LiPo battery.
Yeah.
Just saying.
They're warming up.
Triel has come out with some heavy-duty drive shafts for the SCX10 or SCX6. So these are them, front and rear, big heavy guys.
Add an extra 10 pounds.
Add an extra 10 pounds. And then at the same time, not only have they done that, but they've also come out with tiny little ones. So they're covering both ends of the spectrum here. They got the SCX 24s and they've got the SCX 6. All metal. Reedy released this SC 500X brushed motor ESC. And as you can see from the wiring that it comes with, it also has the wiring set up for you to add LED lights and such to it. This is just to go with this actually came out with that new Apex. So the 15-turn 3-slot brush motor that came with that as well, 550. Not a super big deal there. High clearance links coming from Triel as well. These are also for the SCX6. Which is another thing that you should notice with that. Whoa. Hit the wrong button. Let's go back to there. There. I'll pause. If you notice on this, it is not a plastic end. This is a completely encapsulated aluminum end, all solid one piece with the balls.
One piece.
So it should be strong considering the size of that. SCX6 is quite a big platform, so having those plastic ends, they would break off quite easy. This is supposed to solve that.
So I'm just should we running a tally of a weight that you're going to add to your SCX-10.6 or SCX-6? Like all these add-ons and upgrades and cool
all these different colors too, right?
Different colors.
This is the new Exotec Twister Foamless drag wheel and tire set. So this is actually like a valve stem that comes inside a, I don't know, basketball, whatever. You'll fill it up with low pressure. Like guys are saying, using blood pressure air pump to add your air pressure to it because they recommend between 1 and 2 pounds of tire pressure on this thing.
Ridiculously low.
Yeah. They say that they're wider than your stock drag tires, larger sidewall for more flex, thin belting, and thin rubber profile for maximum grip. So it is a belted tire, but it is foamless. The spokes and stuff on the rims are kind of weird. I think that's a rather weak looking spoke. That picture didn't come through very good, and I do think that with that rubber thing inside there, you're going to have to balance these tires.
Oh yeah, you will. You have to add a lot of grams on the other side.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's going to be a super popular thing to have to do.
I think you should always balance your tires. Like my drag car, when I peel out, it's nice and smooth. When I peel out, everything's balanced.
Right. So we got there's your standard tire, and there's your new Exotec twisters. Rubber compound is supposed to be soft. I haven't seen or heard anybody with any of these yet to do a real comparison to see if it's anything like the blue or if it's anything like the Voodoos. Or any of those other ones that everybody has to have. So that is almost it, except it's not really it, because they did add, there is a new vehicle. So Axial released this guy, the Base Camp.
Yeah.
And the Base Camp has a few different color options. You got blue, green, and gray. And portal front axle, lots of the things have been changed on it. It's got a completely different transmission in it. It is licensed front bumper, licensed wheels and tires, and nothing else on it is licensed. It's all no name, no brand. they're gunning for the market here of trying to get back that entry level market to get you in the door and get you out crawling without breaking the bank.
Getting back to basics.
So with the release of this, I can predict, or anybody can predict, that you are going to see the 10.2 line disappear. They've been holding on to that raw builder's kit and the 10.2 honcho and the deadbolt and all of that line for a while now, until the 10.3 line started to get some traction. And it wasn't really getting the traction, so they kept on dragging it out. I think that now you're going to see that they've come up with this platform. I predict that there's going to be a builder's kit version of this platform that will come out. And I think you will see the raw builder's kit that we know now, the honcho and the deadbolt will fade away. Fade off into the sunset. Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye.
So yeah, that's that guy. And that is pretty much it for the new stuff in RC this week. And tune into our other video that will be popping up around here, the end screen, whatever, of our review on this thing. Comparison review of this and, the other platforms and what they changed and why.